And welcome back. What we're watching right now is my brother of Rascal's Hobbies doing his live stream. He does that from time to time. So what you just saw was me working on some of the accessories. Not gonna lie, I had an awful hard time with some of them. Almost gave up on one of them completely. You probably saw it flipping out of my hands and becoming a real problem. And that would be this little radiator hose here. Just would not. That's one of my biggest issues with AMT, among many. There's so many problems AMT kits have. And you really wish round 2 or whatever group it is would just fix some of these problems. One of which is parts not having notches or tabs or holes and pins. They just want you to glue a surface to a surface. And that's the problem with that little tiny hose. There's no tab, no hole for the end of the hose to go into on either end. So you're relying on gravity to hold it in place until the glue sets enough that it won't fall. But that being said, it's looking pretty good. I got most or nearly all the parts on that are for the trailer. If you remember from the first video or two I did, there are some parts that you do not put on from the truck kit that you will put on from the trailer kit. One of which is the fifth wheel and the plate that the fifth wheel is mounted on. A couple things that need to go on the truck now that are from the trailer kit is, of course, this little box here kind of goes there. I'm assuming that's where a logging trucker would put chains excuse me, would put chains or tie down straps or things like that, or the odd tool, so that's there. I put the fuel tanks on. I put this guard on here. It's not bad. I'm having second thoughts about putting this one on versus the one that came with the trailer kit, but it's glued on now. I'm going to leave it. What else? I think that's it for now. The instructions do call for me to put on the front bumper. The problem is there's no real mount points for it. It doesn't show specifically what I glue this to on the inside of the bumper. So I'm going to wait to glue that on until last because I want to make sure that it's not going to be in the way of the hinge for the hood. So the bumper will go on last. The battery boxes are on. I have not done the batteries yet. That's what this is for, actually. This is the battery box cover that goes right on there like that. Looks okay, but it's pointless to me. I might just glue them on and not bother with the batteries. I don't know yet. The headache rack will go on as soon as the cab is on, because I don't want to put it on right now and then have it be in the way. But that's the headache rack. That actually looks kind of cool. I do have the body painted. I'm not going to clear coat it yet until I get the decals on. I got the hood glued together with the fenders glued on. That was a real struggle as well because I feel like the hood might be a little bit crooked, but it looks okay. It's not too bad. What else? I think that's it for now. That's where we are. The next step in the instructions is going to be, I feel like it's going to be the interior and the cab accessories on the outside of the cab, and then mounting it to the chassis. Again, no fifth wheel. No sleeper cab. I feel like I could put the sleeper on if I didn't have this little tray in place, but I'm not that fussed over over the sleeper. I'm pleased with how it's looking so far, so we're gonna live with just a day cab. I do want to point out too, this little tray here that sits inside the frame rails, that I had to cut out part of the frame to make that fit. I feel like this truck wasn't the truck they had in mind when they made that trailer. So there's a little bit of modification involved if you do decide to use the Diamond REO for that particular trailer kit. So I think that's it for now. We'll go ahead and we'll get the cab started, the interior started. That's usually one of my favorite parts about building these things is working on the interiors. It tends to be a little tedious at times, but I do enjoy building them. So yeah, we'll get to working on that cab and be back in a few minutes. Okay, welcome back. So this is where we are at the moment. I got the cab done, the interior. I really like how that came out. It's simple. That's the thing about this particular truck. Most of the other trucks I've done, the dash panels usually have like buttons and knobs and things. This one is just dials. It's just gauges explaining, like speed, whatever this truck needs gauges for, air pressure, things like that. So it's done. I did it in a basic sort of tan, dark brown for the seats. I always like a little bit of contrast for whatever reason. Some people like to, kind of go all one color or, whatever. I just happen to like the dark brown. And at that time, that's probably what they would have been anyway. I got clear coat on all of the cab panels. Not my best work. I have to admit the back looks a little bit rough. That's because I didn't want to go too crazy with the clear coat. You start spraying that on and if the decals haven't set properly, they'll start flaking off. And it's just, or you end up with runs and drips and I just didn't want to go too crazy with it. So, overall, I'm pretty pleased with it. It's not too bad. The hood doesn't look too bad either. I'm pretty pleased. Got the hinges glued on. Have not test fitted those at all, so who knows how they're going to go. I don't really know. So I think we're going to call this video done. Should go up in a couple weeks. Well, by the time that doesn't matter, I suppose, since by the time it's up, it's up. As I'm trying to release a video every week. Our next steps are to put on all of the cab details, like the mirrors, the marker lights. I believe that's an oil tank. I really don't know what all of them are. The bumper, things like that. And then we hook it up to the trailer and we're done. I have started also working on the logs. Now, if you're from my old channel, you heard me say in the very first video for this, that obviously no longer exists, I was thinking about using real wood, sticks, just out of the backyard or something, on the trailer because I didn't like the looks of the plastic logs that this thing came with. For the sake of weight, I'm not going to do that. I'm worried about how heavy some of those sticks might be. So I'm going to go ahead and use the plastic logs. I got this one all painted up. It's, dry brushed as best as I can do. I'm not really good at that sort of thing. But it should look fine on display. I got 2 more of these to do. They're fully painted. I just have to dry brush and get them cleaned up. So the logs are coming along. A lot more detail going on in this kit because it's not just one kit, it's 2. It's the truck, it's the trailer, so there's a lot involved. So yeah, next video will be the cab details, probably finishing off the trailer part that connects, that basically goes where the 5th wheel would go. And I think that's it. So yeah, come back for the next video, and thanks for watching.